Hello, friends. Welcome to today's masterclass where we are diving into a really exciting topic that was requested and that it just feels like a natural progression in this space. And essentially, that is starting our dreams, taking the leap, going for it with our dreams. What does that look like? What do we need to have in place? What I'm calling like the 5 pillars that are required for manifesting your dreams, starting your dreams, building your dreams from a place of alignment, from a place of creating from your desires and what's on your heart, as opposed to like getting batted around by life, right? We are taking charge, we are paving the way, we are creating our destiny, and we're listening to our heart and we are going for it with our dreams. So, if you're in that boat, if you're like, oh, yes, I know there's so much more for me. Yes, this course has created so much inspiration for me, for what's next for my life. I know it's possible. I just kind of feel like I'm a little bit like circling and haven't yet taken the step, haven't yet taken the leap, haven't really seen any clear signs, or like maybe you have lots of different ideas going around in your head and you're just like, what thread do I pull on? Maybe you like have taken a few steps and you feel yourself like rubber banding back into your comfort zone, and not maintaining that new next chapter for yourself, that new desire, like really staying committed to the journey and to what's next for yourself. You're like, you know what, I didn't want it so much after all. You know what, like this is actually a better path for me right now, and like really justifying staying small and in your comfort zone. Or maybe you have been working towards your dream and you're coming up against some shit that comes up when we grow, when we evolve, right? You're coming up against some blocks. Or you just don't really feel like you are seeing the results, seeing the transformation in your life, seeing the changes yet. And this is for you. And I want to share, stick around till the end of this call, because there are going to be some changes, some evolution to this space, to miracle manifestation, and I'm going to share a little bit about that at the end. So make sure you stick around till the end to hear that. And yeah, let's dive in, shall we? Okay, so you're going for it with your heart-led dreams and desires, and you're like, you don't have all the clarity yet, you don't have the certainty, you don't have the plan, but you just know there's something calling to you, there's something more there for you. These are the things that are going to help you stay on your path and see the results, okay? These 5 things I'm going to share with you. The first one is knowing who you are. And I talked about this a little bit when I talked about, the storm rolling in and you want to be like a tree where it has, the deep grounded roots into the soil. You feel really deep grounded, safe, secure, so that you can wave and dance and like play and experiment no matter what's going on around you, no matter what the weather is, right? Okay, you're thriving up here because you have these really deep roots down here. These deep roots, this like sense of safety, really comes from connecting to our core and like embodying, being and embodying and really sinking into that we are enough, that we are worthy, that we are amazing, okay? And knowing who you are. And there's so much work that can be done around this, getting to know who you are. The first step that I ever did to discover more about, who I truly am, and realize how amazing I am. There's a few different ones, but I think I'm going to land on the 50 ways in which you are awesome. And perhaps I've shared this before and perhaps you have heard this before, but that is a really good starting point for realizing your potential, realizing how wonderful and amazing you are, realizing that you have some really great gifts to give this world, realizing that you are more than your effort and your action, and who you be is valuable, and who you be is amazing, and connecting to who you be is what's going to carry you through. Okay, then the next step in this, is really claiming your dream, are the words that I have. And what I mean by claiming it is like demanding, deciding, like that really like, I simply decide this, that life gets to be good for me, that everything's working out for me, that my dreams are possible. And you don't have to be super duper crystal clear in like what life looks like, 6 months from now. It's fun to play with that, feel into that, envision that. Absolutely. It does nothing but serve you. But deciding that like there's more for me in this life than just this. Deciding that you're ready for what's next, whatever that looks like, right? That more abundance, more joy, more expression, more freedom, more being me, more, magical moments and miraculous results are available to me. And like claiming no more wishy-washy, one foot in, like I said, that rubber band effect that happens where it's like, oh yeah, I'll dabble in this, I'll try this out, and then we come up against something and then, oh no, never mind. You know what? I'm really quite content where I am. Things are good where I am. I'm satisfied. I'm where I am. And please know, like, that's all part of the journey, but there is another way. Okay, you don't have to rubber band back. You don't have to be taken out by the storm. You don't have to hide in the bunker. You can be the tree in the wind that gets to enjoy it, right? And see the rainbow on the other side, or grow the leaves, or whatever, whatever analogy. But yeah, really making that commitment to yourself and to the journey and to more and greater, and demanding it of the universe and like demanding it of yourself, like, and not from a sense of like, I have to show up for this, but from a sense of like, I know that something greater is there for me, and like enough is enough. I'm ready to live it. I'm ready to be it. I'm ready to embody it. Okay, the next piece is finding your why. Oh, and a really great tool for this one is I simply decide. I simply decide that this, or of course, everything works out for me. Those are two really great phrases. Of course, everything works out for me. Of course, I'm made for more. Of course, miracles land in my lap. Of course, this manifested this way. Of course, it's all in perfect timing. Of course, I am meant to be this person and meant to have this. Of course. I simply decide that for myself. I simply decide. It's just that simple. I just simply decide it. It's done. I'm in it. I'm fully in it now. And one last note on that. That also comes back to what I shared a couple weeks, months, whatever, I've shared before about being 100% committed to the journey and to like who you become, and 100% detached from this result. Okay. So it's like, no matter what happens, this is going to be true for me, and I'm here for all of it. Oh, I want to say more on that. I'm so sorry, I'm not done yet. So the interesting part that happens with that, okay, I'll save that for a little bit later. Okay, the next piece that I want to talk about is finding your why. This is going to be so huge for you. And, your why can be anything, okay? Your why can be anything as long as it's not the result, okay? So you're not doing this because you want your dream house. You're doing this for your family. You're doing this for your happiness. You're doing this for the opportunities that it's going to create for all the people that you love, right? So as long as your why is not the result, like, for example, a lot of people go into business to make more money. Then they come up across all these obstacles and then they just decide to quit because it's not, their why isn't strong enough. The reason for doing it isn't strong enough. For myself, and I've shared this story so many times, but like my why really came into place when I had an angel who has been talking to me and coaching me through it and helping me to see the greater picture and all the people that I am serving, you know, and all of the dreams that I'm going to help make a reality, and all of the women whose lives get to be uplifted and who they get to be happy again, truly happy again. And, you know, when I tap into the people that I'm doing it for, and, you know, that's bigger than me, it's bigger than my family, because truth be told, if I was just doing this for my family, I don't think I would do it because I would be afraid that it would hurt them. And so a lot of people say like, oh, my why is my family. But I found for myself, I'm like, okay, you know, that has gotten me to this point, but now I'm like comfortable where I am with my family. And this feels risky to my family. So I needed something bigger, something that, the thing that was calling me, you know? And it very much could be the case for yourself, by the way, that you know for sure that like this is going to serve your family. Because that was the case for me when I got my dream job. My why was 100% my family, and it served me very well. And our farm, 100% my family was the why for that, right? Putting myself out there, changing my identity, going for the big scary thing, the you know, my ultimate biggest dream where I know people are going to judge me, where like it's going to change me, all the things. It needed to be a really big why to carry me through. And so, yeah, my why is my angel, knowing that. And maybe I'll share the story with you. So, and some of you will know this story, and some of you will know who this is. But essentially, a woman that I was working with, she passed away. She was an amazing mom. She was an amazing worker, like just such a light. And I woke up one morning and had a crazy surge of energy that I have to do this. It's bigger than me. I can't explain it. Emily, you have to do it. And I found out that it was the morning that she had passed. And I knew from that moment on that like she could see more than I could see. She could, you know, she could see all the people probably that it could help. She could see and feel how big this was when I couldn't, because I couldn't, you know, I didn't believe in myself enough at that point. I'm still working on it. But yeah, she essentially was my why, because she knows how women are feeling in my life, and she knows how I'm feeling, and she knows that the women in my life could be happier, be more, follow their dreams, create a magnificent life for themselves with the knowledge that I held. She could piece all that together. I couldn't, but she could. And I didn't receive it until that moment where she told me. She shared it with me, right? So finding that really big why is a big one. Becoming the identity, that's number 4. So this one is really just a practicing of not just visualizing the dream, not just knowing the information, having the tools, not just seeing how wonderful and awesome you are, practicing it, embodying it, wearing the clothes, speaking the words, thinking the thoughts, feeling the feelings, moving through your day with all of that grounded down and embodied within you, in your body, in your being, right? Letting it change the way you move through the world. And that's when it's cool, because that's when your dream almost becomes, I don't want to say secondary, but when you focus on who you're becoming, right? 100% commitment to the journey. When you're focusing on who you're becoming and you feel different and you think different and your life starts appearing differently, you get so much out of that alone that all of a sudden the thing that you've been chasing doesn't seem so important anymore. And that's when it comes. That's when it comes, right? Because you already have it, because you already are the person who has it. You already are happy and fulfilled and free and a full expression of yourself and changing the world and being the light and all of the things. It's already you. And that's what the dream was about all along, right? And so when you get to be that, then the dream, the result, the outcome doesn't become as important, but it still gets to be fun and exciting, and you still get to realize all of it, and it still all gets to happen. But yeah, practicing, even playing make-believe, pretend being that person, being the wealthy person, the happy person, the mom, the wife, the whatever it is, right? The identity of that next level self of yours. Be, do, have. That is the order of manifestation. Be the person. Do the actions of being the person. So being, I would say, is like your thoughts and your feelings. Doing is your actions that come from those thoughts and feelings, being at that level. And then you have the thing. Okay. Number 4 is the limiting beliefs, the stuff that has to come up into the light, the shedding of the old, the letting go, the surrendering, and I want to call this like all of the energetics of moving through and working through the old stuff that comes with moving into the new stuff. This is like the upper limit that I talked about. This is, like how your journey often goes, like kind of like this, right? And like you are getting enough momentum and you're moving, fast enough, and you're going in a high enough trajectory that those things that no longer match your frequency, they come up to the surface to be dissolved and eliminated and removed. And this can be like generational stuff. Like I'm sure you've heard of generational trauma and stuff. Like this could be things from, it doesn't have to just be from your current reality and what you're experiencing right now. It can be old stuff, and it can be stuff that's maybe not even yours. I'm going through a transition right now where, I am definitely releasing some stuff from my family, which is what a powerful, beautiful thing that is, that it's no longer something that's going to get passed down to my kids. It's no longer something that's, going to be in our lineage, and really freeing not just myself and my reality from it, but the future from it as well. And so this piece comes from support, comes from having the right tools, comes from the allowing practice, comes from learning to recognize old patterns and behaviors and choosing different. It comes from awareness. It comes from a lot of the things that I talk about in the Miracle Manifestation Program. But specifically, what I want to talk about is there's a few different categories specifically. And that leads into what's coming next for Miracle Manifestation. So the 4 different areas that, I think there's 4, that I specifically want to work on. Time, because we have so many limiting beliefs about time. The second one is money. The same thing. We have so many limiting beliefs on money. The third thing is your worthiness, your confidence, your self-expression, your perception of self, your ability to express yourself with the world, be your authentic self, not just know it, but like be it, practice it, and take actions and think thoughts and feel the feelings of everything you want, and relationships. So, I mean, we have a relationship with all of these things, but specifically family. In this space, it's so important to us to like prioritize the people we love, to prioritize our family, and yeah, really how to do that in a healthy way. So I'd say those are the 4 areas specifically to work through when it comes to pursuing your dreams. And with relationships too, like a lot of times the relationship one is like a fear of what other people think, like your dynamics with your community, your dynamics with your immediate family, with your partner, right? Like all the ways in which you are keeping yourself small to keep them safe, right? Even though it might be doing the opposite and you don't even realize, even though when you don't prioritize your dreams and your desires, and it's often negatively affecting your life, and we don't even realize it. Until it becomes too painful to stay the same. And then you're like forced to change, right? Right? But hopefully it doesn't get to that point. And I mean, you're already here. So you're already moving through it. You're already doing the thing. So those are the 5 areas to focus on when you are pursuing your dream, your next chapter, and you're doing it from a place of what's on your heart, and you're feeling, called to more, and you want to, you really want to create your dream life. Like, it's not about getting by anymore. It's about thriving. It's about realizing your full potential, realizing your full expression. And I would say that this journey, what is it about when you can finally listen to your heart and take those steps to create your life from your heart? It's about freedom, true freedom. Freedom is just like happiness, just like joy. Freedom is an internal state. And the limitations that we create in our mind for our lives are self-made, right? They're self-made. And when we can recognize those limitations and choose differently based on what we want and what we desire, not based on what other people tell us is possible, not based on our fears, our worries, our doubts, like when we can just choose what's on our heart and go for it, no matter what, that is true freedom. There's nothing that's off the table then. The limit does not exist, okay? 1 + 1 does not equal 2. 1 + 1 equals limit does not exist. I know that makes no sense, but what is possible is infinite in that case, when you can listen and act from your heart. What is possible is infinite, and what is possible is infinite, and what is calling you is true for you for a reason, beyond what you can comprehend. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than you. There are so many ripples that you just don't even know or see yet. Okay? How you're touching people, how you're changing people, you don't even realize it. There's a reason why those desires are planted on your heart, and it's so important to us to listen to them, and it's whether or not we are willing to make the choice to go for it. That we are enough, that we are worthy, that we can do it, right? Okay, so with that is where the next phase of miracle manifestation comes in. I am launching the next chapter, Freedom Frequency, and changes are coming to the current membership. This space is really going to be, so it is going to be a space, a community, okay? It is for the women that are pursuing something more, that are taking the leap, that are listening to their heart, that know that they are made for bigger things. It's no longer just about understanding the tools and having the tools. It's about applying them and embodying them and having the support through it all. This space is going to be custom to your dreams, your manifestations, your vision. Okay, it's going to be very customized, tailored to you. There'll be a lot of connection points, whether it be calls or text or voice memo, or there'll be multiple connection points where we can specifically talk about you and your dreams. And it's going to be a really inspiring place that helps to keep you from rubber banding back, that helps to keep you in the freedom frequency, that helps to keep you with 2 feet in, firmly planted in to who you want to be, to what's possible for you, to that next level vision of yourself, that next identity of yourself, who is healthy, happy, free, wealthy, alive, fully alive, and full of energy, and full of love and expression, and really just the confidence and courage to listen to your heart and to take those steps towards your dreams. And the last thing that I have found on my journey of listening to my heart and pursuing my dreams has been having an impeccable support system and having people to tap into who can specifically speak to me and my situation and my circumstances. And that is what I want to offer in this space. Like 100% full access to me, proximity to me, not just to be in my energy and what's possible, which I know is a part of this space, like a really, I want to say like electric environment where like you step your toes in and it's like, yes, this is what I've been waiting for. This is surrounded by the community of people who are doing it, who are happy, healthy, wealthy, going after their dreams. And that released something in my chest, yeah. And then being able to tap into just a custom tailored, conversation for the next step, the next step, the next step, the next step, and to live the life of your dreams, So please reach out. I would love to connect with each of you to discuss the best path forward. Again, custom path forward for each of you, and for what that looks like. And we can go into details on your journey and what makes the most sense for you and what works for you. And I can share more details about the space and what you'll receive. And and the evolution of miracle manifestation as well, because there is some news to share there as well, specifically with miracle manifestation. So let's keep it rocking and rolling in our challenge. I know that you guys are, if you are doing this challenge and applying and really tapping into the feeling wonderful, you're going to know what I'm talking about. About knowing who you are and having the roots and becoming the version of you, the next level version of you, and claiming your dreams and all of the things, and the worthiness, oh my gosh, the worthiness that you're worthy of feeling wonderful every day. All of the things that I talked about, the rubber banding of like, I can do it. Oh, we're going to go back to where it's safe. You're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's really going to resonate. And I just encourage you to keep going, keep showing up, keep remembering how amazing you are and how worthy you are. I know I say it all the time, but it's because I know that I don't realize it enough. We're freaking made from the universe. That's mind-blowing. So, yes, we're made from God. We're made from the universe. We're made from source. We're made from spirit. That's mind-blowing. Anyways, I digress. I look forward to chatting with each of you. I am going to connect one-on-one with each of you to discuss. And my heart goes out to each of you so much, and that gives me so many chills. I am so, so grateful for this next chapter, and for the miracles that you guys have given me. And I really, truly know that it is just the beginning. There's so much goodness to come. For each and every one of you listening to this right now, you are a champion. Seriously. I love you, I adore you, and we'll see you in the space. Okay, bye for now.